Episode 53. Cinis finally has some room to grow. We finished off by auditing a whole bunch of our islands last episode. And we got a lot of the goods coming into Cinis squared away. What I want to do this episode is audit Cinis, make sure that everybody's getting everything they need. Then we can worry about growing. Off camera, between episodes last night, I moved my entire industrial area, which used to take up a fair portion of this area we're looking at now, and moved it all up here to this little cliff. I did this all with a game pause, so I didn't actually lose any game time, but for the sake of not boring you guys by picking up movies and moving buildings and figuring out where they're going to fit, and yeah, wasting an hour, I didn't mess with any of that on camera. So this opens up because we're, like I said multiple times, we're saving this area for future DLC, but we could build out this whole area across, come down to this new little peninsula looking area, and then come back around. I was reserving everything past this wall for the industrial area, but we've actually been able to keep almost all of it up here. We have our army building stuff here and a few buildings down here that I just didn't feel like cramming in. I wanted to leave some room because as we expand it, we're going to need more cloth, we're going to need more jewelry and statuettes and all that crap. So I definitely wanted to leave some room for expansion up here. But I do have ideas how I can offload some of these onto the other islands as well, and save ourselves some space. So we're going to get into auditing the sweet. You know, this is one of the things we went and was trying to manage. But you know, fires and all these things are going to happen, but at least now all these islands actually have what they need to combat these things. So that one's under wraps. So a couple of the things I wanted to do before the audit was I'm struggling to make enough cloth. We have all the flax in the world, but cloth makers are just struggling to keep up, and I already have 12 of these buildings. So one of the things I went and looked at was on Eclipsis, since we have a villa, depending on what you have unlocked in your research tree here, one of these, I can't remember which, and I'm not going to go looking for it right now, your villa actually gives you population for certain populations. So in this case it gave me 50 of the tier 2 and 3, even though I obviously don't have any of those buildings here. What that means is, since the flax is made here, we can have up to 4 of these guys making cloth for us here free of charge. And since this whole area is kind of unused over here, I thought about just plopping a couple in. Oh, of course we don't have enough materials. But now they can actually use the flax that they're harvesting, make some of it into cloth here, and then we'll just transport that up there. Let's grab us a... Oh, this gopher ship has a lot of concrete on it. Alright, so we're going to throw some tiles on there. Where are we at? Eclipsis? What do you need to build? Tiles. So now that this island is not only just making the flax, it's going to make some of the cloth. And what's good about that is the ratio for that is for every 3 farms you have 4 cloth makers, and that is like the 100% transition as far as efficiency. So if I were to do this on a few islands, I could essentially replace at least what we're currently making on Cinis. So I could really cut that down by a whole bunch. So we're going to wait for our gopher ship to do that. One of the other things I was going to send a gopher ship on, the one we left at Titiana, was some specialists. There are some specialists that I have not been using that would be helpful. Let's see. Statuettes. We're producing statuettes. Productivity 20%. That's a good one to have. We're not really... I'm looking mostly for productivity ones. We don't have a lot of refineries crammed in anywhere. So that one will be good to take to Cinis. Scorpion Clinched Land had another one that I was looking at. Cloaks, we already have that one. Kitchens, residents. Oh, this one right here. Victulars, whatever that word means. That's these guys down here. The garums. So what I was wanting to see is if I put an officium down here, if I can... Might have to wiggle some buildings around. We can shift these guys down. Build us an officium. Whoop, wrong button. We can go ahead, and we don't need to... We already have one here. We'll get... we'll save workforce and upkeep, which usually isn't something I really care about, but on this island having a thinned out population, that'll give us some of our people back. Ooh, bread chain. I wanted to move the bread chain guy. Yeah, so we definitely want that. Alright, what are they missing? They are missing fish. So for the garum, it uses fish and salt. We have tons of salt, not nearly enough of the fish. So can we fit any more fisheries anywhere? Are all of our fisheries on the other side? They are. This is going to cost 5 guys. We have... Alright. So let's see if we can downgrade a couple residents so we're not sitting on that bubble of 0. Alright. That keeps us a little bit more balanced there. Alright, that'll give us some more fish. We'll keep these guys more occupied. And they got productivity boost? No, right, that one. Waiting on that ship to get there so we can get the bread guy.
We stand waiting.
This is our ship for upgrading random things on other islands. We're going to get over here to eclipse this. Is this our... Thing is, we're already kind of maxed out on this. So if we're going to drop that off, and then we're going to change this to just the cloth you're making. Alright, establish route. That's going to mess things up because that's right there, so we're just going to pitch that overboard. That won't be an issue when they get there. Dan, what's going on, man? Yeah, everything's going good here. Just doing some work on the islands. You know, seeing how much of this stuff I can move off island and get it all dialed in. Trying to figure out where I sent my boats. There it is. You getting to any Anno today or what? Alright, bread. This guy was supposed to be doing bread. So we're going to take him to our bread island. Once I remember where we put that bread island. Here we go.
Time flies, as do we.
So we could definitely fit an officium over here. And these are all of our bakeries over here. Alright, that road just needs to move over just a smidge. Anno 1800. Alright, so our ship is going to have to bring over supplies so we can build this officium. But we got our bakeries. Ooh, hold on. Can we get all the grain mills in play in the circle too? Oh, man. It's going to be close whether it's going to count that or not. If it does, that'd be awesome. Because I'm not sure if it will boost their productivity as well, but That'd be nice to get some more bread without having to actually build anything. I should go back to 1800 sometime. It's been a long time since I played that, but I don't know. I got this now. Alright. So we'll drop off 50 and 50 and clicking the wrong buttons.
What could you possibly require?
Alright, 50 of each of those and send you over to the bread island so they can build their stuff. There we go. Alright. We'll go ahead and upgrade that one too, just in case. So our free population should be making extra cloth here. So hopefully that'll translate into more togas. We got more fishies coming in, but still not enough. Let's check the... See, it says there's enough. In fact, I could have more garum makers if we wanted, because the mackerel's way over, and so is the salt. So they should be maxed out. We should be able to actually do more garum makers. It is a long walk, so let's throw in some concrete roads. See if we could speed that up. We don't have marble, so... Alright, so that is... We got our specialist move in. We got cloth that we're making on Eclipsis now. One of the other places, PVL. I've started just nicknaming these islands because he named them crazy things. Plucked Vulture Land is now PVL. We're using this island right now just to kind of prop up our Sandarak wood. But I'm not planning on doing anything massive on this island where I'm going to need to use those tier 3 guys. So I was kind of thinking I might do the same thing. Do the flax farms. And then do 4 of the weavers. So we're going to see if we can continue to help Cinis get some of that workload off Cinis. We should only need 3 of these farms. And with the productivity boost, I'm not even sure, that might even be more than what we need. That's okay. What? Alright. 3 farms. Perfect. Alright, and with those 3 farms, we should be able to do 4 of these guys. Might have to upgrade roads to reach. You know what we could do is delete that. Kind of encase them. Alright. Sweet. We didn't have to spend anything on anything. Are you going to reach, though? It will. We have 12 concrete. I don't think that's enough to upgrade all these roads. Did I just do marble? But just because that's such a long trip. Yeah, it's not going to let us do anymore. Is it worth putting in an extra... That'll be okay. So let's check the PVL here. See if we have an open spot where we can... Plucked Vulture Land. There we go. Ah, plenty of spots. Alright, so it's not going to be much, but we can have it take, and then any cloth that it has, or any flax that it has left over, we'll throw that in there, as well as the cloth that it does produce. It's going to take a little while for that to catch up, but it's free. We have another island we could do this with, which is the Foremost Shrine Land. That is our livestock island, so I'm not quite sure I want to mess with that yet. We could probably fit 3 farms around, but I don't want to mess with where we're going to be upgrading and putting more pigs and sheep and everything as we go. But if I do it, that would be 12 off island. That would make room for everybody else. Alright, so Eclipsis is good. Where did we send everybody else to? One of you guys over here. Where's our bread island? There we go. You were supposed to get 50 concrete and 50 tiles to build an officium. And you brought the bread guy. So that should increase the bread productivity here. Alright. Oh, it is going to hit. We're just shy of reaching right there to that one. But I'm not really sure I can do anything about where the building's at. I mean, if I put it on this side to reach that one, then I won't reach that one. Could I put you over here anywhere? Nah, they really just luck of the draw. Nonetheless, that's 2 mills and all 6 bakeries. They get the boost, so better than nothing. And then, where's this Bubba going? Statuettes. That one's definitely going up to Cinis. And we have one up here. Yeah, and then that'll get a good portion of the statuettes. Oh, this one's way bigger. Or yeah, if I were to move all of these guys over here. Yeah, they're all in range. Cool. So we'll get a productivity boost out of these guys once we get that over there. Alright, so that was, we definitely got cloth coming from those 2 islands. That's going to help. We got our specialist moving. We moved all of our industry. We talked about that. Now we can actually start looking at what is keeping our people happy and isn't. And so we're going to go ahead and look at our bar graphs here. Fish are barely hanging on. Porridge, barely hanging on. Tunics and hats are down. So let's go ahead and... The bar graphs are a good judge just to be basic with it. But you should really look at what we have in inventory. Fish are holding on. Porridge is completely, yeah, decimated. We definitely need to throw in a couple of those. Plenty of hemp, but we don't have enough spinners. Sheep is down, but I have a feeling that that ship is waiting to drop off right now, or just did. Bread. See, that hemp just got dropped off. Yeah, we got 3 ports sitting in here, 4 ports taking in goods, but yeah, for some reason we're still having trouble getting these things in here. So, fish, good. Porridge, need more. You are not in range of a warehouse. Now you are. Alright. Alright, so what do we need for porridge? We just need a couple more guys making it. I don't think we have any unused areas where we can drop them. So for right now, we're just going to put what we need over here. And as we develop this area, we'll find a place for them to go long term. Because we have no city space that is unoccupied now. So let's see. That puts us at 30. I would like to have more, but the grain coming in is just not enough. Where is our grain coming from? Alright, well, it's kind of hard to see. So Hiosporus is where we have all of our grain being made, and it's bringing over 250 at a time, but it's not actually getting there, and it's bringing over some bread. It's helping with the bread as well. Keep us up there. Let's go look at the ship and make sure there's not an actual issue with the ship. Okay, so it's filling up now. That might be something where we're going to have a second ship bringing more, because after it just took 250, it still has 200 left. So we have extra boats. We're going to go ahead and tack on another one. Boats are easy to come by. I can build boats all day long. So we're just going to do an extra 150. We'll leave these spots open for if that bread and anything else comes around. But at least there now we're getting more coming across. And that makes me feel better about putting in a second porridge. Alright. Porridge is covered once it catches up. Alright. Spinners. We're just going to throw down 2 of these guys. Don't believe hemp is an issue. Nah, we're keeping enough hemp up and running. And then our hemp island is really close, and we have plenty of room to expand that. Yeah, they have 300 in inventory here, so just like the oats, if we need, we can add a second ship to that. I'm gonna go ahead and build us a couple more gopher ships. Transfer old dude here. That's our statuette buff. We got 2 gopher ships. Alright, let's see if this helps. Where's a goofy looking dude right there? Statuette. Productivity. Nice. So hopefully that'll help with that one. Oh, you know what? We had a quest. Sail to Valeria and Diana's harbors. Wait, where are you going? Oh, there ya are. Can I drop off goods here? Well, let me drop off my own goods. We're going to send each one of these guys to each one of these harbors to do whatever they're supposed to be picking up. Continue on quest lines. Got it. Alright. Still gotta finish those accolades for doing everything for all these people on the boat, on the game. So we'll keep working on those. Alright. We got more cloth coming in. We're making more bread, more oats coming across. Productivity is boosted on some of those things. Okay. We've only gotten through the basic things, so fish's holding on. Porridge is up. Tunics. Well, I'm not really sure why I'm not getting a higher return for how many we're making. And then hats. How are we looking on sheep? Oh, great. Alright, so the problem with the hats is the sheep. Man, Tremors and earthquake.
Its pulse quickens.
Good news is, whenever we survive this crap, we're gonna have. All right. So you are bringing over. There's. Hold on. Foremost Shrine Land is this one, right? Has 450 sheep. What is the problem with giving me the sheep? Is it just getting it here? Because I have 2 ships. I am maxed out on sheep and that. The problem is dropping the darn things off, apparently. The transit is just that slow that that's what I'm struggling with. Am I at least keeping enough pigs there? Kinda. I think it's going to be crazy that I'm going to have... I might have to, when one of these ships is done, I might actually have to have one of them be a 3rd trade ship for sheep. Just so I can keep that a massive amount that we need here. So, more sheep ships. Regardless of that, we still need more people making hats. So, same thing as the spinners. We're going to run 3. I underestimated how much of the supplies we were going to be going through. Take me to the fire. Well, that sucks because that appears to be a little bit out of your range. We do have some concrete. Is there an extra road here? Why is there an extra road here? Yeah, we'll have to fix that later. Alright, let's see if that helps the fire guys. Yeah, now they're going there. Perfect. Alright.
Construction of a ship has finished.
Alright.
What could you possibly require? Construction of a ship has finished.
Alright. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Construction of a ship has finished.
But you know what? Sheep. All of them. Just all the sheep. Established route. So that's 300 coming across twice. I think I will... I might actually change this one to have more pigs and less sheep. But it's already loaded. So when that gets there, I will change that one. Okay. Let's get on to some of these things that matter. That's just the basic stuff. Bread is all being imported now. We have a couple bakeries left that are just going through the grain that we have, which is pretty much gone. So when the grain disappears, we will delete these 2 bakeries. And we will see if we're bringing in enough bread on our own from the other islands. We're making enough leather, not enough sandals. Alright. So when we make our sandals, we're going through pigs and salt to leather. Let's see what we have in the way of pigs. We got tons of leather, tons of salt, and we're already bringing in the pigs. So I feel like everything else, we're just going to go ahead and throw down 3 of these dudes. And let them start getting ahead of things. 3 of those barely got us a ton. Olive oil. Still doing good. Are we keeping up with the amount of olives we're bringing into the island? Yeah, plenty good. Concretes and stuff, yada yada. Wine is good. Are we getting enough honey and grapes? Because we're importing everything, so we got to make sure that what's coming in is enough. Honey is still kind of low. I know that it was an episode or two ago we moved all honey production here. And they are stacked on honey. This is SCL2. System Trying Land 2. Let's see what we're actually doing. We're only bringing over 100 of each. Kinda seems like BS. We're gonna bring over some more honey. I feel like that might end up being its own ship at one point. Just one bringing over grapes, one bringing over honey. But yeah, that's gonna up. You're not mine. Alright. So, wine is good. We just need to get some more honey over there. Just for stack resources. Especially because we're apparently about to have a volcano. Cloth is down. We know cloth is down. But I'm curious if having those 2 islands up and running is doing anything for us. We have more than 0, but we don't have enough toga makers. We're only down 1 of them. 1 ton. I feel like... Screw it, let's put down 2. It's really hard to keep these graphs in perspective since we are moving everything off island. Like, it's one thing if everything was made on this island, but the flax is made off island on 2 or 3 islands now, and the cloth we're trying to move off island. All the purple drink is off island, so we're just gonna assume that we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll just keep seeing if the cloth is actually trending up. It should be trending up. Oh great, there's Tremors. Controller's feeling it now. Man, I'm really thinking we might have to put in some flax farms here. We don't have any materials though, so. Ooh, we sent both of our boats, 1 to each one of these. Yep. Alright. Pick up whatever you're picking up. Where you at? There you go. Pick up whatever you're picking up. I assume this crap's going to the Grand Trading Post. What is considered the Grand Trading Post? Is it going to be Titiana because that's our actual main starting island? Yeah.
Waiting for your decree.
And just a few quests in the background, nothing too crazy. Alright. Back up here. We left off at togas. Horses don't matter. Tablets. Let's check the tablets. Tablets use honey and sandarak wood. We already know we're kind of low on the honey. Sandarak wood we are stacked on. And we do have an inventory of tablets, but it's just nothing too crazy. We'll go ahead and throw ye old tablet dude. It's kind of a bad idea that I'm throwing these all right here. It really is. Because I wanted to build up all the city here, and I'm going to end up having to move all these so we can lay down some roads later. But for right now, they're doing what they're doing. It's going to take a lot of planning figuring out how we're going to get this water uphill to this area here, if it could even be done. Alright. Cinis is getting ready to get rocked. We got 25 minutes left in this episode. Yeah, we're screwed. Unless it's another false alarm, but I think like the last two have been false alarms where it went back to sleep. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I really feel like the ship right here. What are you doing?
Waiting.
How many oysters is this island rocking? So it's getting all 50 oysters. I'm not sure why everything's slowing down. Like, why? You are full. Go drop off the honey. I'm really yeah, Skellington's always ready to burn. I really feel like we're going to need more honey. We'll keep an eye on the honey. Keep an eye on the honey. But I really feel like we're going to need more honey than the 150 it's bringing over at a time. So that is now in the green. Sturgeon, we're importing all of that. We're making enough caviar. We're not making enough oysters with caviar. Somebody's not happy with their big brother. This actually has a health buff. Oh man. Do we have any like major population? There's just nowhere to move any of this stuff. See, these are the kind of things you need to be putting in residential areas. Just have, no, I got one right there. You know what? I'm gonna bring you down. So that way when we start putting people over here, there's a couple of you things over here. Like, what is this? Wine. That's prestige. And money. Tablets. Yeah, that's smart. You're going to need to go somewhere over here. What is this one? Loom. Yeah, I already got a couple of you right here. When I actually do come build up this area, this is going to be really nice. I'm not wasting anybody here, am I? Tanneries. Oh, we're going to remove the specialist from there. We have a tanneries are up here. Are you within range? What are you guys? Extractors. I don't know why we're not using the buff for these guys. Let's swap these guys in place. I would like to move the tanneries off island. But in the meantime, we'll get some extra money out of these guys. Not like that really matters, but it's better than not using them at all. Alright. We gotta get to... Alright, we're making enough... Are we keeping enough sturgeon and oysters? Gotta check this every time to see what we're actually bringing in. Cloth is starting to trend up. So that's good. Oysters is doing fine. Sturgeon's doing fine. We got tons of gold coming in. Tons of gold bars. No jewelry. Okay, well I guess we'll find that out here in a second. Tablets are good. Fish eggs good. Like I said, gold and gold bars is good. Jewelry is down. And that is up here. Are you guys making jewelry? Yeah, you're making jewelry. Let's go ahead and just double. Oh, okay, or not. Jewelry, jewelry, jewelry. Had to scroll really far down here when you're making all this stuff. Jewelry will be up, gold bars will be down. So we'll tack on an extra gold bar. Wow, it's like I planned that. That's going to fit in there just perfect. Alright. Jewelry and gold bars. Good to go. Are we still making enough gold? Pretty close, but we had to... We're importing gold from Tiana? Somewhere. Not making any of this stuff. Brooches coming from off island. We're getting obsidian from a lot of islands. We might actually need to look into getting more. Statuettes are even. That's probably because of the productivity boost that we gave them with that over there. I'm curious if we actually have statuettes. I feel like we never do. We've got tons of obsidian. Statuettes are hanging in there, I guess. Not really. So let's just click on one of our residents and go down the line. Beer is always an issue. Garum, I thought we were addressing that earlier. We can go back and look at that and see if there's anything more we can do on that island. Beer, we're just kind of at the mercy of Albion until we can go back to war and take some more land. Hats we've addressed, that should be recovering. Jewelry addressed, that should be recovering. Soap. Soap, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. We have 2 dedicated soap islands. Oh. So I'm guessing because... No, well... The volcano is awakening. Does that actually get rid of our productivity boost? Because this island has everything it needs. Where's our other one? Oh, yep. That'll do it. How are you guys looking on soap? Alright. Well, you know, I did save... This was going to be our other soap island right here. Umbra. So that might be... I'm not going to mess with that right now. But soap. We might end up making this portion of the island over here is going to be our next soap distribution point. We already have 2 islands solely dedicated to it. So we'll tack on a 3rd island, see if we can keep that up. Because that's not a shipping issue. They're tapped out on what they're sending. Okay. Yeah, let's go back to this Bubba, see what we got here. Hats are being addressed. Soap is getting delivered. It's just running low. Fixed jewelry. All those things are good. Alright. Island's looking pretty solid. Can I upgrade you? Is that what that was? There we go. Let's go look at our garum. What are you still missing? Fish. See, this is where these slider bars just don't make sense to me. Because if you look at this, they're making 6 tons of mackerel, 6 tons of salt, but they're only using 4 tons of this, or making 4 tons of garum, and they're using not even 1 ton. So I don't see how. I just don't see it. Like, this is mackerel, right? Yep, we're making more of them. We got population. We'll slap another 2 of these guys in here. You're not gonna make it, are you? I think I used to have one there and he wasn't happy about it. Because if I can get excess fish and salt, then I can put some more of these dudes in here actually making those. This isn't our only garum making plant here. They are also making garum. And the same thing, they got a ton of salt, but not very much fish. Can we give you guys some more fishies? Only cost 5, we got 20. Yeah, because if they're only making... Now, did either one of you guys have extra garum? What? You're not maxed out? Crap. Forgot what I was looking for. Garum. Where is it? No. You just stole all of it? How much did you take? That ain't even you. One of the other trade ships ganked it all. And that's our obsidian trade ship. It just makes its rounds to, I think, like 6 islands, taking all the obsidian from all the islands. Might be time to grab another one of those and hit up our new islands that we haven't even tapped into yet. Alright, it's been a few minutes. Let's see. Sheep are catching up. Oats catching up. Hats. Tunics are going up. Hats are still struggle bussing. Bread is a little low, but it's holding in there. We are out of grain. Go ahead and chop them 2 dudes out of the equation. Happiness is tanking. Yeah, well, that's going to happen when there's a volcano. There's nothing else that I can do. Let's see. Any big negatives? No. I don't see any big negatives. Just the city status. Cool. Alright, just making sure that it wasn't something I did. Alright. So, for city planning purposes, I want to keep this main road that I have matched with this bridge and this one over here. And then this main road that goes all the way up to the new area. We're gonna... Oh, full output, yeah. Yeah, dude, whatever. I want to keep those main roads, but what's really gonna dictate it... Oh! The eruption is in 5 minutes. Let's see what we can get done in 5 minutes. Because I really want to plan this, and while we wait for the whole world to, you know, die in the next episode, that might be a good city planning episode. Just need this thing to... Alright, I don't want to use this mountain here. This is reserved for whatever we're going to do over here at whatever time we do it. So I'm going to see if I can bring it off of this one. I need to zoom out a little bit. We got to see how far... No. Still need to go up some. Trying to minimize the kinks that make it lose height. How far out will it let us go before we get the red bars? Okay. That's surprising. Now, I'm not sure I'll be able to go up this hill. So what if we just bring it... If I bring one vein down off this, We could put one on each side, and it should be able to get majority of this area. How far out will you let me go? Okay. I think I can work with that. We'll have to adjust it a little bit with the roads, but we will be able to provide water along this whole peninsula. Now what we should see, we already have this line coming down. I don't want to keep that there, but we do need to give water for this entire area. Can we do another games before? Oh, we can do the higher games too. Alright. See if we can get those, if they start before this carries off. You got 15 minutes left? There's no way I was that far off when I set those up. What does this dude want? Oh, deliver your stuff. Yeah, I forgot I got 2 boats there to deliver stuff.
This next phase of the plan may prove more challenging. My uncle has always wanted
We're
to
going to
see
put
a
wine on the aqueduct. Sounds like a good idea.
wine, and I may have promised to provide this.
Didn't even put it in that one.
The hour has almost arrived. You
Alright, so we started a festival with wine and our aqueduct. What's the worst that can happen?
It appears that ready access to unlimited alcohol has a deleterious effect.
Yep, there you go.
on
Public drunkenness.
is too inebriated himself to notice.
So did we just start a riot on Cinis with wine and the aqueduct? Yep, there it is. Luckily it's right next to the police station, so hopefully it'll quell that quick. We'll be good to go. That's a early game thing that I just never did. Alright. So I definitely don't want this aqueduct here. In fact, there's no reason to keep all this stuff here. All this is gone. We can reclaim some materials. But what we need to do is figure out... Alright, let's connect this one and make sure that that's actually going to work. Alright, how are we going to get water down to the rest of this area? So we don't have any room on this side of that road. So unless we move it over a little bit, which I'm not opposed to. Alright. Volcano time at 53 minutes into the episode. So if we're just going to go ahead and move this road.
The setting of the sun.
In the meantime, we're just going to leave this double road.
Done.
Alright.
Done.
Everything's closed now. Great.
You have my deepest gratitude, Governor. I hope that my indiscretion did not cause you too much undue inconvenience.
Nah, bro, that was fun. We had a
My uncle
party
and I shall see you are well
wine coming out of
rewarded for what
aqueducts.
you've done, though I fear he may now expect this treatment annually.
I'm not even paying attention. For 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we're gonna just have rocks falling and catching everything on fire, and it's whack-a-mole. You're gonna go through and fix some things, and it's gonna happen again almost instantaneously. So it's like, okay, we're just gonna wait for it.
Done.
All right, where is all right?
Done.
Just trying to get a general layout of where we can fit these aqueducts. And then we'll actually worry about where they're going to come down when everything's not on fire, I guess. Actually, I don't care if that everything's on fire. Let's start planning out the city grid. Because we have an hour where there's really not much to do because everything's dead. So we're just going to throw out some city blocks and let this whole volcanic winter. We're going to have to move. This might actually work out right where we already have it. If we bring the aqueduct down right here. This thing has no real purpose anymore because there's nothing over here. So if we bring this aqueduct down to the middle of this block, maybe? But it's maybe one more block, which will be there-ish. That should give us coverage for this area. We'll see. Is everything done? Are you guys done making a mess of my city? You're on fire. You could literally hear the people screaming. That's crazy. Okay. I will continue it on this side of that road. So let's see where a cistern would about reach here. That's going to get all of that. I think it'll be enough. No. You're an idiot. You missed. By that much. Just deleted you. Alright, marble roads. Stick one out the back end. Yeah, that's going to be good. I remember my first volcanic winter. I was really nervous about all this stuff going on like it is right now. And I'm now just... Oh, I can't even move you because you're on fire. Like, you guys are killing my vibe right now. I got shit to do.
Oh, you calling a donkey?
Oh, might as well go around and pick up some free obsidian. See what's going on. Oh no. So one thing I did not do that I did last time was plan ahead and have a bunch of stuff in storage and offshore in ships to keep everything good. I didn't do that this time. I was so busy building up the city that I never got around to it. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little concerned on how bad this is gonna turn out. You know, having the island over 50,000 people and then just kind of not being prepared. This could turn bad. I'd really like these buildings to not be on fire so that way I can finish doing what I was doing. I don't actually have a corner here. There we go. Wow. Close. Not really. This whole road and I didn't put it in the right spot. At this point, I'm about to, you know what? It's clearly too difficult for me right now. Alright. You gonna let me move you? No, no, no. Alright, we're gonna have to build around that for now. So, we'll just grab 2 small blocks. Man, if it would have been 1 tile over, it would have lined up perfectly with 5 city blocks right there. My OCD wants that to work. I don't know what you need to unfuck yourself, but that is not how that should look. Alright, so we still says it's all good. And I like that. Alright, it's done. The volcanic winter begins. We have a full hour of volcanic winter. All stats in Latium on all islands is completely tanked, completely useless. To recap what we got done this episode, though, we audited Cinis, which makes 0 point now because productivity on everything is completely gone. So we're gonna have to see how everything pans out after this nice big volcanic winter. I'm guessing most of my islands are on fire. Everybody's mad. So we're going to just have to see how this next hour goes. So we'll start off next episode by going through all the islands, repairing what we can, and then hoping for the best on the rest of them. While we are held captive and can't do anything, we're going to continue to city plan this whole next area and hope we have enough water and resources to build it out. But there's not much we could do now with volcanic winter. We moved some things shore, off Cinis to these other islands, but we're not going to be able to tell until after volcanic winter if everything we did actually has any sort of benefit. All we can do is hope that our large city of 51,000 actually can hang on with no productivity. And yeah, so we'll see how this is going to play out next episode. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one.